Hey foodies who love to read, welcome back for another amazing episode of Bookish Bites. This week we will be reviewing and cooking up something savory to go along with, unfortunately, an underwhelming book, The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. I've had such high expectations for this book because, girl, it was turned into a dag-nabbit, I think 6 or 8 series show. Like, how did... We'll wait until we get into the episode because I genuinely don't know how it was turned into one. I had such high hopes, but it just very much gave blah, boring. And it was very wordy. You know what I mean? Like, it took 8 pages to say like the most mundane thing, and I didn't know sometimes we were past, present. Couldn't keep up with the characters, the references. There was just too much of not enough good stuff. So unfortunately, this was a 2.5 out of 5. No, it was a 2 out of 5 for me. But we're going to leave well enough alone. Let's get into making something yummy for this book. So we are making some very, 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 very yummy crispy lobster and Cajun grits. When I tell y'all this is going to be good, no matter what day of the week. Now, the reason why I chose this, because when I originally started reading this book, it was giving mother, like, mother on the job. Okay, and that's what I originally thought I was about to get when I started reading this book, but I didn't get that. You know what I mean? It was very lengthy. It was very wordy. Mind you, picture this. You meet a man, y'all fall in love. Spoiler alert, a little bit, kind of. You meet a man, y'all fall in love. A year and a half into y'all being together, he leaves you a note on a napkin talking about some take care of her, and he gone in the wind. The way I would have called CPS on that man. And then this the other thing. I wanted to be like, yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness, girl, she about to be here for her. But when I tell y'all this teenage child was the most unlikable character I have come across in a long time. What's the age for firehouse drop-offs? How long do it take for me to, like, how long do it take? Is there paperwork? Like, is there an age limit? What age do I get to drop them off and be done with it? Because the way she would have been left, and he would have found another note somewhere else that said, come get your child. Let me tell you something. It just, even as the story was building, and it would take you back and forth, and it was trying to convince us that he wasn't like a deadbeat dad, it just won't clicking and clacking for me. Darling, the book could have been so much better. Hence the reason why we're making us something savory, because I honestly feel like I earned all the calories that I'm about to take in. Inside of this very amazing chocolate brown cast iron pot is 2 cups heavy cream and 2 cups of chicken broth. Not me stalling like I ain't the one who put it together. This is going to come to a boil, and then we're going to add our grits. And let me walk you through some of the things that we have here. We have some poorly cut shallots. Mind your business. Thank you very much. We have some poorly cut garlic because that's my prerogative. Amen. I have some of my favorite foodies who love to read herbs and spices blended up. If you know, you know. If you don't, you're missing out. Then I have another thing of some of my favorite foodies who love to read blends put together. There's a little bit of Parmesan cheese. I have a blend of some of my favorite cheeses. And then I have some chopped up lobster, because that's, of course, the star of the show. And then we have some well-seasoned flour. Amen? Well-seasoned flour. You hear me? We're not going to do too much to the lobster because our flour is well-seasoned. Amen? Unlike this book. See, this meal is going to be flavored to the heavens. Like this story was not. Unfortunately, the story just did not live up to the hype. I saw tons of reviews, and I think most people landed in the middle, but the fact that this show was, this book was converted into a series on Apple is mind-blowing. I mean, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking because I'm going to keep it to myself, but if you think of what I've thunk, then you understand, because there's just certain things that don't click and clack for me. And there's actually a part to this book, and I'm almost sort of kind of tempted. Almost, because of the way that the book ended, and the book lover in me, sometimes I need to complete the whole story even if it doesn't do it for me. I do not like DNFing books, but the book, I really feel like I'm gonna fall asleep on it. Like, it would be a snooze fest. This book just didn't live up to it. And although I wanted to fall in love with the main female character, I wanted to see her as like this superheroine, but I just kind of saw her as like the weakest link, because There were parts of this book where she should have turned up a little bit, where she should have come up out of herself, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like she kept trying to justify being abandoned and being put into some crazy kind of boring situations that weren't like her fault. It just was too much. Now that we got a really good boil going, I'm gonna add these grits. The thing I forgot to mention is we are gonna add 3 tablespoons of butter to this as we let this get warm and cook down. Keep stirring, keep stirring, keep stirring, and then we're gonna lower it because we want our grits to cook nice and slow. Okay, so now that our grits are thickening up like me. Anyway, focus, girl, focus. So we're gonna add what little Parmesan cheese I have in the refrigerator. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save this because I'm gonna add this to my Cajun sauce. I'm gonna add some of the other cheese that I had in there because this is all I got left. So make sure you have you a good amount of cheese. Sprinkle that thing in there because this is gonna thicken it up as well as your grits are thickening, like me. Okay. And then we're gonna keep stirring, keep stirring. Baby, when I tell y'all, and oh, another thing, don't over season your grits. Now, the star of the show is going to be the lobster and the Cajun sauce. Don't be adding a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff, okay? A little bit of salt and pepper goes a long way. You can add some onion and some garlic powder in there too, but don't overdo the grits. Because you know, some people, you know how y'all like to do, I done seen some of y'all's content, and I done seen them pages where y'all be seasoning them eggs like fried chicken. You understand me? And the eggs that y'all be making is giving exactly what this book gave. And we don't want that no more. But it's okay though. And let this thicken up. Alright, let's start building our very yummy sauce. We'll start with a little bit of olive oil to get our shallots and our garlic going. Let's let this come to a quick sizzle. Now, typically when you make a Cajun sauce, you need the Holy Trinity, which is onions, green peppers, and you need some celery. But because I'm not doing like the andouille sausage and things like that, I'm just going to do a very basic Cajun sauce because the grits are very like heavy and creamy, and then we're also going to be frying up the lobster. So I didn't want to do too much, but you'll see. Just follow along, girlfriend. So now we got those shallots in there. Not too much, not too much. You don't need a whole bunch for this to be amazing. Let's add our, I keep telling y'all, our poorly chopped garlic. But you know what I mean? You're going to make that thing work. You know what I'm saying? Just like we do with these TBR lists that never end. And they be looking at us like we crazy every time we add another book. You know what I mean? We're just doing the best we can with what we got. I wish that I had bumped this daggone book down my TBR. And I'd be wasting my time. But anyway, oh y'all, this smells so good. Isn't that like the best part? But I really did. I had been putting this book off and off and off, and now I'm mad because I can't get the minutes back. I can't get those hours back. I can't unturn the page. Amen. And every time I think about the main female character and her stepdaughter, I get offended. You understand me? Because a part of it was a little bit unrealistic. You know what I mean? What you mean we've been married for a year and a half? Look after her. Who you think you playing with? Man, you better come get this unruly, disrespectful child. Shucks. And the whole time I'm thinking like, you mean to tell me we couldn't put out no Amber Alert? We couldn't just, she just felt so compelled. Child. The way I would have called the police on her and left her on the police station with a backpack. Girl, let's just finish building this sauce. I'm gonna add some butter. Now we're gonna add our heavy cream. All right, so once this comes to a really good boil, we're gonna add a little bit of chicken broth, and then we're gonna start layering in some of our favorite foodies who love to blend. Foodies who love to read blends. Not me forgetting my, ooh, okay girl, let's do that again, but on camera. You gonna add in some of your favorite foodies who love to read blends made by yours truly. I did that right, girl. Okay, so this, as you see, is coming to a wonderful boil, and so this is going to thicken up as you go, and once it reaches like a really nice consistency. As it sits, it thickens. And this will be our yummy Cajun sauce. And it should look like that. If you can't see them seasoning, add a little bit more. Okay? If you can't see the seasoning, add a little bit more. Or them people gonna be like, girl, this got to go. Bars. Okay. Oh, this smells so good, y'all. Okay, let me get started on our lobster. Okay, so now to the best and final part of this thing. We have our lobster. We are gonna dump it right into that flour. You understand me? Because I thought I had more than what I did, but it just be like that sometimes. You understand me? And you're gonna make do with what it is. And because this is my house and my kitchen, and I would recommend you do the same, I'm gonna do as I want. And in this house, I don't be putting on a whole bunch of gloves. I'm gonna get my hands right up in that flour and I'm gonna lightly toss them. That's all. I'm just gonna lightly toss them. That's it. Lightly, lightly, lightly. And okay, so in conclusion, the meal gives everything that it was supposed to, darling. Unfortunately, the book did not. But that's not going to stop us from reading and loving these amazing stories that continue to inspire me to get in the kitchen. And I would love, 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 love if you would get your seasonings and meet me there, darling. Because that's what we do. You understand me? You bring the fiction, I'll bring the flavor, you bring the story, and I'ma season it. It's what we do here. I sincerely appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like, comment, share. As a toddler who's obsessed with YouTube would say. Thank you all so much. I do sincerely appreciate you. This meal is everything.